Hello, 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 lap swimmers. This is Aaron Lawson. Welcome back. If you are brand new, then welcome. What I do here on this short internet show that I put on YouTube is that I answer a couple questions from lap swimmers, and I also offer some advice and technique and what gear you should use and different things like that. So that's what I'm doing here. So if you're new, that's what's going on. That's what you're about to watch. So watch the whole thing, and I hope you subscribe at the end. All right, guys, the first question that I've got this week is actually from Jerry Shin again. He has some pretty nice questions as far as, different things with stroke and technique and things that he's wanting to get in lines. He's tried bilateral breathing, and that's where you breathe to both sides. And some of you guys probably do that, but then he has found that actually just breathing to one side is more comfortable. He gets more out of it. He can stay in his stroke a little bit easier, and that's perfectly fine. But his big question is, after going from bilateral breathing back to just breathing on one side, breathing out through the nose and in through the mouth, does he have enough time to actually get all of his air out through his nose so he doesn't have any kind of buildup of CO2 or carbon dioxide, which you guys know is actually the byproduct of your body processing oxygen. You breathe in air, your body uses the oxygen that's in the air, and then the byproduct of it is carbon dioxide, which you breathe out. Well, for those of you that might be concerned about the buildup of CO2 in your system, anything like that, if that concerns you at all, there's only 20% of air that's actually oxygen. So most of it is nitrogen that you're breathing in. So you breathe in 20%. Your body only needs a small fraction of that 20% after it goes into your lungs. So this is why it's important to actually have a nice controlled pattern with your breathing, to where you're breathing in through your mouth and then out through your nose. And that's why you want to be able to breathe out fully in the water, so your body takes in the oxygen, processes it, has the CO2 byproduct, and then you're breathing it out fully into the water. So that's never an actual problem as far as the CO2 buildup. I know that that's pretty technical. I know that's a lot more than a lot of you are probably wanting to know, but there it is. Alright guys, back again with some gear that we're going to look at this week. It is freezing once again, so I'm in my cold weather outfit. I think it's like 16 out right now. Wind chill is -2 here in Lexington, Kentucky. But today we're going to go into another sporting goods store and going to look for a Shammy. Alright guys, this is the first time I have not been able to find what I was looking for. I've been to a couple of stores and they do not seem to have the chamois out on the rack. I haven't been able to find any. They've got a decent supply of swim gear at this sporting goods store, but they don't have any chamois. They didn't have any earlier this week when I looked someplace else. And this one is already open. I'm not opening it up for this video, but this one was open sitting there. But they do have a lot of these aqua towels or dry towels sitting around. And these are really for just keeping perspiration or small amounts of water. The chamois is good to have in your pool bag because they're very small. You can have them in your pocket and it works just like a towel. And I'll have some links in the description below. to a lot of them on Amazon. The kind that I'm actually talking about. The important thing with the chamois is that you do have to wring them out. You have to wring them out and get all the water out of them, because when they do dry, they'll dry hard as a rock, and it'll take up more space. It could crack over time if you leave them, because I mean it'll be spread out like this and it'll dry like a rock. Like this. So you got to wring them out and get as much water out as you can out of the chamois, and then they'll be pretty soft in your bag. That's one of those lessons that you may have to learn the hard way by forgetting to wring it out. But I would recommend getting a chamois. It saves you a lot of time. It gives you a lot of peace of mind around the pool, and it's just one of those pieces of equipment that's really nice to have. So I'll put some links in the description below, but there you go. All right, guys, and the second question is from Chris Cowart, and he's struggling a little bit with goggles, keeping the goggles on your head. Now, if you guys have ever dove into the water, got a starting block, anything like that, that you are well aware that one of the dreaded things with swimmers is having their goggles slide off of their head. Well, there's actually some tricks to it. I did a video about this, but it was a while ago. It was probably 8-10 months, maybe a year ago, where I actually did a video on this. And I touched on a couple things, but I'll go over them again real quick. You usually have two sets of straps. You usually have two that are separate like this, and this is actually for a reason. If it's not one cord that's kind of doubled over to where it creates two straps, then it'll look something like this, where it's one strap, but it's split on the back. This is pretty standard for goggles to look like. All right, excuse my hair. And you guys can see that one strap is going to be low, one strap is going to be high. It's going to ride up high. You want to have those separated because it's going to give you two angles of support that are coming in from the back of your head. But with these being tight, you actually want them to be able to, you want to be able to press tight and get like a little suction onto each eyeball. Most of you guys probably already knew that, so here's the tricks actually keeping them on your head. A lot of lap swimmers that may not be the most experienced, they'll want to look up while they're diving, or they want to pull their head up, and all of this is going to allow the water to hit your goggles in a way to either they will fly up this way, but usually they will roll down your face, and most people have had this happen, okay? So keep that chin tucked. Allow your head, top of your head, to actually break the initial, contact with the water, and then it will not actually force your goggles down. Is it 100% foolproof? No. Could your goggles possibly come out? Yes, but I would actually try this technique if it's something that you're always battling, and try it with your streamline off of the wall. If you turn around to do a streamline off of the wall and you're used to having your face up like this, you're asking for your goggles to lose suction, to get water in them, to slide off of your face. Keep that chin tucked coming off of the wall. Not only is that a proper swimming position, but it also is going to allow your goggles to stay on your face, which is what everybody wants. All right, guys, and to close out the show for this week, don't forget that if you are enjoying the free workouts that I've got, you can get all 30 of them on Fiverr. I've got a link below, and they get progressively more advanced and more difficult. Plus, I've got 6 sheets at the beginning that really break down swimming for the lap swimmer, and it's got goal setting and all kinds of stuff to get you guys moving through the water the way you want to. So I wrote that for you guys. That's the reason that I created this entire packet, was for the workouts and to give you guys kind of like a quick read to get you on the right track before you get into the water. Got another pair of goggles, which I brought out here just a second ago. You guys will see this. If you guys want these are just some general lap swimming goggles. They're Speedo, they're brand new. But if this is something that you want, just be the first person on my Facebook page when I post this video, first person on there says, hey, send me the goggles, they'll be in the mail. All right, and I sent out a couple this week to different people. So if you want these, let me know. And the last thing is a polar bear plunge. I know I've told you guys about this. I'm gonna do it every single week because I actually believe in what I'm doing on this. It benefits Special Olympics, and it's a fundraiser event, and they do these all over the country. But there's a polar bear plunge in Kentucky that I'm gonna go do, frozen lake and everything. Gonna go run and jump in. But if you want to support me, then the link will be below. But guys, I hope this helped you out. Don't forget to ask questions, and I'm gonna pick 2 a week, that I'll come on here and do. So if you've got a swimming question, then I read all of my comments. I respond as soon as I can, but I'll pick a couple of them a week to actually do on the show. So guys, I appreciate it. Swim on, and I hope you guys are all doing great out there. All right, take care.